Okay, mga kaibigan. So, eto nga, ang cool, 'di ba? Yan siguro yung one of the main things na pwede mong pang describe sa cellphone na ito. Ang Tecno POVA 6 Pro, it's very cool. Well, I'm not gonna deny that ang cool ng design niya. Siguro, depende na din kung sino ka. And ito nga ang comet green color option, which I would have preferred to be the gray color option, pero, hindi siya available on launch. So again, ito nga ang Tecno POVA 6 Pro, ang recently na na-release na, mid-range gaming smartphone ng Tecno na successor para sa Tecno POVA 5 Pro. While as of making this video, pwede mo ito mabili sa Shopee for 12K. Sa Lazada naman is 14K to. So assume ko ang MSRP neto is 14K. And while ang ginagamit ni Tecno dito na marketing scheme is Epic Saga, Limitless Performance. Yeah, masyado nilang hinahype to. And while this phone is solid, like all around, it's a solid phone. I like pretty much every aspect of it except sa performance part. Again, ang predecessor nga neto is the POVA 5 Pro. And while ang solid na mga upgrades dito from the POVA 5 Pro, like the AMOLED display, 6,000 mAh battery as compared to a 5,000 mAh battery sa POVA 5 Pro. And I guess technically a better camera system kasi, megapixels. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys, and sasabihin ko na sa simula pa lang ng video na to, is for 14K. Sa performance department, ang disappointing ng cellphone na ito. But yeah, I've been using this for 1 week, and ito nga ang thoughts ko and full review on the Tecno POVA 6 Pro. And for the entirety of this review, mga kaibigan, I'm just gonna refer to this as the 6 Pro, and ito nga ang full specs niya. So again, para sa MSRP niya na 14K, ang solid ng phone na to. Like, yun lang. For 14K, you're getting a solid smartphone. Pero, there are definitely way better options out there in the market for 14K. Of course, mamaya natin pag-usapan yan. So, pagdating sa build quality and design, build quality, it's solid. So, you got glass at the front, which hindi na-specify ni Tecno, like what specific glass yung gamit nila. Plastic frame, plastic back, which almost fooled me into thinking it's glass, pero yeah, that definitely feels like plastic. And pretty solid naman yung structure niya. So kapag binibend ko, there's barely any flex naman if I try to bend it. And yan nga yung back design niya, which hopefully hindi kayo ma-fool into thinking that this is a beast of a gaming phone. Pero mamaya na natin pag-usapan yung performance. Yan nga, high density, 6,000 mAh battery, Tecno POVA, nakalagay dyan. Siguro slowly ko ipapan. So, yan. Nakalagay nga dyan, number 6, ultra charge, 108 megapixel camera. Dual cameras lang yan, mga kaibigan. Huwag niyong pansin yung dalawang Apple na to. Dual LED flash, tapos yung NFC text na nakalagay dito. And ewan ko, sana tigilan ng companies ang paglagay ng mga shiny frames sa mga phones nila. Nila naman para sa akin. And yan nga, ang power button and ang volume rockers, which are fairly clicky naman. Okay lang sila. They're not the best, but yeah. Sa left side naman, isang SIM card tray which can house 2 nano SIMs and 1 micro SD card. Tapos sa top, isang IR blaster natin, which, thinking about it, hindi ko pala nagamit to once sa duration ng pag-review ko dito. Ang top speaker grill, which actually works in conjunction with the earpiece speakers. Tapos ang secondary noise cancelling microphone. Tapos sa bottom naman is ang good old jack. Yes, maayos naman yung output dito, mga kaibigan. Main microphone, USB Type-C charging port, and ang bottom firing speakers natin. Which sabihin ko na ngayon, hindi balance yung output. Like definitely way louder yung output mula dito sa bottom speaker kumpara sa top speakers neto, which maririnig nyo yun mamaya. And of course, at the front, obviously, ang front ng phone, hole punch para sa front-facing 32 megapixel sensor. And for the most part, is thin naman enough yung bottom bezel natin na hindi magmumukhang cheapo smartphone to. And halos pantay lang sila as with the top bezel. Fairly thin din ang side bezels natin. So, pagdating sa design, definitely, it looks good, pero sa likod this is definitely a love it or hate it design. And usually, nilalagay ito sa performance part ng review ko, pero since nabanggit ko na din, is paparinig ko nga sa inyo yung dual stereo speakers neto, which are really nice, but definitely are not the best that I've heard from a mid-range smartphone.
Slot in underneath that. So I just reviewed every single Samsung Galaxy S ever. The year that they started to get really big, they of course also...
And moving on sa display naman dito sa 6 Pro, which I can confidently say, ito siguro yung closest to what I would describe as flagship level. So, 6.78-inch na AMOLED, 120Hz, 1080p, very nice. Definitely readable even under direct sunlight, and pretty minimal lang yung color shift niya even at extreme angles. And of course, being a 120Hz display is very smooth siya, mga kaibigan. And para sa akin, sobrang sayang lang na maglagay ka ng additional camera sensors dito kasi nakita ko lang dito is isang 108 megapixel sensor. Like maybe Tecno could have gotten this phone cheaper kung hindi na nila in-add yung 2 additional sensors na yan. But hey, para sa performance na itong 108 megapixel sensor, so in good lighting, you can get solid results. You get good detail, although colors are a bit too oversaturated for my taste. And definitely, ang weakness na ito is dynamic range. Dito sa camera app, may 3x button ka din which can produce some respectable results. You can take some nice looking selfies using the 32 megapixel sensor, and meron din siyang wider option if, you know, may friends ka. And pagdating naman sa mga low light or nighttime shots is definitely easily nagpo-fall apart yung quality neto. Meron din tong super night mode if you don't mind holding your phone for a few seconds. You can get some pretty impressive nighttime shots. Okay, so ito yung vlog test dito sa POVA 6 Pro recording in 2560 by 1440 using the main 108 megapixel sensor. Yes, hindi ka pwede mag-record in 4K gamit yung main camera, and yung naririnig nyo nga ngayon is mula sa internal microphone ng 6 Pro, and wala tong kahit anong stabilization options whatsoever. Tapos, ito naman yung vlog test using the front-facing 32 megapixel sensor, still recording in Quad HD 2560 by 1440, and wala din kahit anong stabilizations option dito whatsoever. So for a phone of this price pagdating sa cameras is, yeah, solid siya. And pagdating sa performance neto, huwag kayong magpapauto mga kaibigan sa pwede nyong i-max out sa 24 gigs yung memory nito. Epic Saga, limitless performance. And gusto ko munang i-explain yung memory or RAM part dito. While yeah, it's nice to have a lot of memory. Like dito, 12 gigs of memory tapos pwede mong i-extend sa, well, yung Mem Fusion na yan na pwede mong isagad. Hindi ko pala masaselect dito kasi enough ko yung Mem Fusion kasi halos gimmick lang yan. At least para sa akin kasi pang-uto lang yun sa mga tao na, wow, ang laki naman ng memory, bibiling ko na yung phone na yan. Para sa akin yung 12 gigs ng memory neto is wasted kasi yung chipset na pinair dito is not all that high-end. So itong 6 Pro is currently running on iOS 14 tapos on Android 14. So again, Dimensity 6080 which in my opinion is yung pinaka-disappointing na part sa phone to. 12 gigs of memory with UFS storage. For day-to-day tasks is definitely snappy to. Like running basic apps, social media, YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, ganon, Spotify. Like yeah, walang problema doon lalo na sa pag-multitask. This phone can easily multitask in these apps, no problem. Ang underwhelming niya pagdating sa games, specifically in Genshin, which yeah, dapat di na ako nag-expect. Alam ko, so para sa Call of Duty Farlight, which yung game na parang ina-expect ko na optimize man lang ng Tecno para sa phone na to, but unfortunately hindi. Ito nga yung mga graphic settings nila and yung performance nila. Para sa Call of Duty inside graphic settings is smooth naman siya. Wala naman stutters for the most part. Sa Farlight, which siguro dapat binabahan ko pa yung settings, is nagdi-dip yung FPS to 50. Nag-hover around 50 to 80 FPS which solid kung titignan mo on paper pero may mga frequent stutters here. PUBG Mobile ang solid niya. Sa Wild Rift is definitely disappointed ako kasi bumababa ng 60 FPS. Nag-hover around 60 to 100 FPS dito sa Wild Rift, which if I'm not mistaken is one of the more lighter like esports titles dito sa Android. Pero wala naman stutters dito, which is good. And kahit sa Genshin sa lowest graphic setting 60 FPS, yes, ayoko talagang babaan yan sa 30 FPS kasi it's kinda shit, bro. It's playable for the most part pero magkakaroon ka pa din ng mga frequent stutters dito. And sa Genshin lang talaga nag-heat up significantly yung 6 Pro, a max temp of about 43 to 44 degrees Celsius. So again, for a phone of this price, doon ko nga siya binabase sa 14K na MSRP niya, it's disappointing yung gaming performance neto. Yes, technically you can still game on this pero yung pag-advertise dito ng Tecno na epic, limitless, parang medyo false advertising siya. Ewan ko kung paano i-explain yun. And yes, meron din tong bypass charging wherein it can actually decrease the temps of your phone significantly when you're gaming and charging. Lalo na para sa mga tethered sa wall outlets nila. Pretty solid na din yung under-display fingerprint scanner na nandito, although it's not the most accurate. Tapos yung dynamic light effect. Huwag kayong magpapauto din dyan mga kaibigan into thinking na makakatulong sa inyo yan for games. It doesn't. Ang cool niya, yeah, I will admit it. Ang cool niya. Pwede mo i-customize yan, like when siya magla-light up sa mga calls, notifications, music, tapos pwede sa charging. Pero honestly, sino sa inyo ang kapag hindi nyo ginagamit yung phone nyo is nililay nyo on its face yan? Like siguro gagawin mo lang yan para sa phone na to since may ganyan nga siya. Pero for me, whenever I put my phone down on the table, yan, ganyan. And pagdating naman sa 6,000 mAh battery neto, punasan ko lang. It's okay. Kasi para sa 6,000 mAh battery, I was definitely expecting more. Like yeah, para sa medium to heavy use ko of social media, watching videos, some picture taking, and gaming, I can easily get 6 hours of screen on time with about 40% left by the end of the day. Which usually, ganun yung nakukuha kong resulta with phones that have 5,000 mAh batteries. So medyo disappointing nga siya in that regard kasi in-expect ko, I could easily end the day with about 50 to even 60% left. Not sure siguro sa chipset, baka kulang sa optimizations, ganun. May kasama naman tong 70-watt charger wherein you can easily charge this from 1% to 100 in about 53 minutes. And para sa conclusion ko dito na siguro papasok yung part na ang disappointing ng performance neto for a phone that costs 14,000 pesos. Kasi if gagasta ka pa ng konti pa, you can get the X6 Pro, which offers you insane performance for a mid-range smartphone. So, sorry to Tecno, hindi ko easily mararecommend yung seal phone nyo. And, well, at least para mapakita sa inyo. Ewan ko, pinakita ko to sa unboxing video ko. Pero yun nga yung itsura niya with the included case, which is really nice. Para sa MSRP niya, I'd rather go for something like the Poco M6 Pro, which might even offer better performance. Kahit na technically on paper is almost the same lang yung dalawang chipset na to. And if kaya nyo naman isagad yung budget nyo to around 16 to 17K, is definitely go for the Poco X6 Pro mga kaibigan. Again, para dito sa 6 Pro, it's a solid phone for the price, pero considering the other options in the market, yeah, I can't really easily recommend this to you guys. So yeah, that was the Tecno POVA 6 Pro, my full review after 1 week. And alam ko marami sa mga Tecno fanboys na awayin ako dyan in the comments, in-expect ko na yon, lalo na sa mga haters ko na sasabihin na ang bobo ko ganon, pero hey, yun nga yung thoughts ko dito sa Tecno POVA 6 Pro. Siguro kung mabibili mo to for 10K, around 10K, is I would say good value to. Pero definitely don't buy this phone para sa MSRP niya nga na 14K. And yeah, wala naman akong nakalimutan. If you guys still want to buy this, then I'll leave the links in the description. As always, leaving a like is the easiest way to support the channel. Consider subscribing if you like my content and turn on notifications for all so you'll be updated on my latest videos. Gamitin as always ang Lazada and Shopee affiliate links ko mga kaibigan. Ang laking tulong yan sa akin. Thanks for watching and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Now I'm serving a Tesla. Going back, shawty with me, I stepped up. GTA for the ops, ain't no less stuff. Shawty born to be my angel, yeah, I'm blessed up. Cooking right up in the stew, got a cheddar fan. Yeah, I'm watching out for ops, yeah, they know my